the Tri-State. This is KHQA Sports.
And tip-top in the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final, where tonight we're flying solo. Will has a rare and well-deserved night off, and tonight we're also playing the lightning round as we are loaded. Let's start off in Missouri tonight. Palmyra, Brian Many looking for career win number 400 at Mark Twain. His team got off to a great start in this one, courtesy of Tanner Nix here on the dribble, finds a lane, and just a pretty kiss off the glass. His team up 18 at that point. They're not going to look back at any point in this one. Malik Clay, remember this name. He's going to be a good one. Nice catch and release action right here from Trevor Many. Wide open. Little flip on in. Mr. Clay with 10 points on the night. Even when things went well for Mark Twain, this is Ethan Mack with a three. They went poorly at the other end. Here comes Mr. Clay yet again, coming wide open and free off the offensive glass, and another putback for him. Big story in this game, though, for Palmyra. The play of Trevor Many, who had 32 points on the night, including the killer jumper right here. All Palmyra, and historic night for Brian Many. 75-53, your final in favor of the Panthers. Elsewhere in Northeast Missouri tonight, it was Monroe City falling at Canton 55-37 as Canton picks up its first win of the year. Gabe McKenzie bounces back with 20 points in that one. Also, North Shelby, a winner by 15 over Marion County. Josiah Lindberger, the king in the north, had 10 points tonight for the victorious Raiders. We also had Knox County picking up a road win in conference over Putnam County. Seti Boone had 12 points and 7 rebounds. That's because he drinks eggnog for breakfast. I kid you not. Kid can play, though, so maybe that's the thing. Also, South Shelby fell by Marceline tonight. 60-48 is your final there. Up in southeast Iowa, Fort Madison tuning up for the big showdown with Keokuk and Miles Wenseen. Man, is he smooth. Pretty finger roll at the glass. And as I mentioned, it was simply a sparring session for the Hounds tonight. Good stuff here. Bryson Abbey finds Wenseen again, who had 21 points on the night on the modified alley-oop. And when that wasn't working, how about we go to the outside? David Nagel doing David Nagel type things from the outside, knocking down triples on the wing as well. Kid's jumper is just absolutely gorgeous. And then Bryson Abbey from distance as well. His role a bit modified this season, playing some down low. Still has the perimeter game to boast of as Fort Madison wins big tonight. 67-48 was your final there. Up next for them, as I mentioned, a trip to Keokuk. The Chiefs tonight winners at home over Burlington. Final count in that game saw Keokuk win 48-33. Johnny Dahl had 33 points in that ball game. Also tonight, let us move forward for you. We've got Holy Trinity at home taking on New London and looking pretty darn good in doing so. Connor Conrad from the outside knocking down the early three. Then it was Blake Hellwig. He was kind of cleaning up the mess in the middle right here. Double teamed everywhere he went tonight. Still scored 21 points and still dished the rock very effectively. Moving it around, and eventually Tyler Delaney's going to knock down the triple right here. And then a little Nick Hopper action as well, as Holy Trinity looks good tonight, picking up a win by 20 over New London. 61-44 was your final. Some scores from Illinois tonight. Griggsville Perry knocks off Brown County on the road in Mount Sterling, 61-54. No final yet from Western and West Central. We can tell you, though, that Triopia was a winner tonight over Rushville Industry. Final count in that one was 50-48. That game at Triopia. Triopia had 12 three-pointers on the night to get that done. Impressive victory there. Girls side, speaking of impressive wins, Unity trying to pick one up at the expense of Illini West. Early on, great start in this game for Unity. Kaylee Kuhn right here with a big larceny in the layup. She had 6 steals in the night, 14 points. It's 18-9 Mustangs, about to grow to 20-9 as Jordan Hildebrand just attacks from the low blocks, makes that go. But here comes Illini West on the comeback trail. Down, as I mentioned, at that point, 11, coming back big in this one. Aubrey Carlisle working from the baseline, and then appropriately enough, on the night that Kevin Durant, the Durantula, comes back, the Finchula is back. Josie Finch from the outside knocking down the three, and then a little Michaela Gronwald to make it a 2-point game. But in the end, too much unity as the Mustangs pick up a quality win at home. 50-43 is your final. Nice win for Brad Begeman and company tonight. Also on the docket, the Quincy Notre Dame girls on the road trying to make it 2 straight, taking on Rochester in this one. Mackenzie Foley scoring tonight and dishing as well, as she would find Sarah Arnold early on, and Miss Arnold doing the deed as well, hooking up with Mackenzie Doan right here. Q&D with an impressive win. Hey, Q&D finally with a win over a Rochester team. Gotta like seeing that. 41-35 was your final in that ball game. Elsewhere on the docket tonight, Camp Point Central, those girls fall to Liberty 44-38. Michaela Leapley with a monster night for the Lady Eagles. Also, Carrollton, too much for Pittsfield Pleasant Hill. Final count in that one was 52-18. Holy Trinity girls at home tonight, trying to debut effectively for Tony Johnson And they did so very effectively at New London's expense. Allison Sporkman going up strong. Bucket, Band-Aid, and a three-point play from her. Then it's Kristen Brink from the outside showing off her range. She's got some, knocking down the three right there. Then Kirsten Schaefer doing some nice things as well. Tell you what, Holy Trinity looking for some improvement. They found some early on. Nice start with a little momentum as the Lady Crusaders pick up the victory tonight. Don't have a final in this one. We do know that they won and beat New London. Also in the docket, the KHQA girls ranked 9th in the state right now. Blow out Burlington on the road. Young and talented Miss Michaela Davis with 17 points in that one. Palmyra girls get their first win of the season, beating Mark Twain. It was Monroe City hanging on to beat Canton on the road, behind 16 points from Maddie Hayes. North Shell be too much for Marion County tonight, and Scotland County a winner over Bevere in the Novinger tournament. Wrestling for you tonight. Quincy High versus Fort Madison. The night would start out with a win for the Hounds right here at 152 pounds as Nick Audie would get a 7-0 victory, but then at 160, Gavin Mast and company would reverse polarity, I should say, taking on Clayton Poe. Mast stayed there en route to a 16-7 victory on a major decision. Then at 170, Josh Culp in destroyer mode in this one. First pinfall of the night came in 1:13, and Josh Culp at 170 pounds, a really good one. But he's not alone because the Blue Devils seemingly have a murderer's row developing from about 170 on, and it was really impressive. Maybe more impressive, this guy, Logan Hagerbomber, the bomber they call him. His pinfall coming very quickly as well in 1:20 as Logan is just an absolute brute force of nature, getting it done, getting the victory, as I mentioned, in 1 minute and 20 seconds, I should say. So the roll of pins started going on, and they just would keep coming for the Blue Devils in this match tonight. After Logan gets his, I tell you what, maybe the most impressive wrestler of the night that I got to see, Tommy Pickett Jr. at 195. Didn't know much about the kid coming in. I don't know that anybody did, but man, was he good tonight. Took him all of 57 seconds to get his pinfall victory at 195, and the Blue Devils were just absolutely rolling at that point. They're not done. Going to get a couple of other really big victories. Maybe the most surprising and impressive one came at 285. Damon Gibson in period number 3 reverses and then pulls off the stunning pin and let out a huge jovial scream afterwards, getting that victory. So congratulations to him. Quincy High up huge at this point. Fort Madison, though, does Fort Madison things and comes back in this one, rallying behind the Steffensmeyers. Harlan with a win by tech fall. This is Ryan Steffensmeyer just nailing his kid with a victory as well. But in the end, Quincy High too strong down the stretch. Show you a little Michael Peters helping to close out the 44-24 victory. Also, nice night by Jordan McNay, who pulled off a 5-3 victory. Quincy High School, very effective. We'll talk more about their wrestling program in the days to come. They're pretty darn good. Elsewhere in the docket, wrestling-wise today, Q&D with a split today up at Monmouth. Lost to Monmouth, but beat Manual 36-18. And Pittsfield went 1-3 on the day, but did beat Carrollton 54-9 was your final there. Quincy University men at home against Benedictine Springfield. Not going to lie to you, by the time I got there, this thing was pretty much done tonight. Grant Meyer from the outside knocking down a triple. Yeah, it was kind of that kind of night. Scotty Bruxford also with 14 points in the first half. Quincy University wins going away in a game as you would have expected to have gone. 97-55 your final in favor of QU. Better news, though, right here as well. John Wood pulling off a major upset as well. 75-65 over the number 3 team in the country. Kirkwood's first loss. Paxton Harmon, former KHQA Player of the Year, monster night with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Finally tonight on the women's side of things, Quincy University at home. Kelly Quiggle's team at HLG looking to extend QU's losing streak to 4 games. Ashley Hurd Spencer, she had 42 points over the weekend. She also scored the first 4 in this one, and then it was all about QU. Feed the Beebs. Carly Beebe, wow, pretty kiss off the glass right there. And we're not done with Quincy University, just rolling in this one, my man. How about here? Look at this. Nakia Edom knocking down the jump shot as well. More to come in this ball game. Maggie Cunningham right here. Oh, she's going to feed the Beebs as well. Carly Beebe knocking down the three-pointer, and then Tori Kuhn hitting jump shots. All about Quincy University as the Lady Hawks win in this one, 101-49. Quick score correction. Johnny Dahl had 21 points, not 33. Gotta love Twitter. It's magical, like as it happens. Thanks for joining us. Big night tomorrow night. We've got Student Athlete of the Week taking us to Liberty. We'll see you then at 6 o'clock.
HeatCo is your hometown propane dealer. You've trusted HeatCo for over 66 years for all your propane needs. From the biggest jobs on the farm or job site to the gas in your grills and heating your family's home. Warm up to HeatCo today.
Thinking about buying a home or refinancing? Check our rates at bankwithbos.com.
it's like to get your best night's sleep every night.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me why someone who's never had an ache or a pain is in love with this bed.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
See our full line of Tempur-Pedic at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Macomb.
Get ready for a good time when you take a little trip to Mark Twain Casino off Highway 61 in LaGrange.
Are you naughty or nice? Either way, you could win a Ford Focus December 26th from Gem City Ford and Mark Twain Casino. Enter to qualify every Friday in December with drawings from 6 to 9 p.m. for great prizes. And for a Ford Focus on December 26th. All from your friends at Gem City Ford and Mark Twain Casino.
Fun's never far away. Take a little trip to Mark Twain Casino.
Corn looks great again this year.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Of course. I better be moving along.
Say, what year is that deal you're driving?
Activate thrusters.